Hey everyone, and welcome to our Q&A presented by Just Love. I'm your host Paula Jane, and I'm talking to Judy Carroll. Judy is an internationally known author. Her books include The Zeta Message, Human by Day, Zeta by Night, and her most recent book, Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History. Welcome, Judy.
Hi Paula, hi everyone.
In episode 21, we spoke about Reiki and specifically talked about the Reiki initiation or attunement process and how it's carried out using specific symbols. Judy, you said that these symbols have the effect of raising the vibrational frequency of the recipient's own energy system to a higher level. I wanted to ask you about how they do this and how they attain their higher vibrational frequency in the first place. They look like drawings of ordinary symbols.
Okay, the Reiki symbols are what are known as universal symbols, which connect directly to the cosmic mind, also known as Source or God consciousness. This is the energy frequency that the Reiki symbols operate on, so the whole process is based on very high frequency energy. Synchronizing our own energy system with that high energy frequency of Source is what the Reiki attunement process is all about. The symbols are what could be described as patterns of energy, which are also what many of the crop circles are. Many crop circles also encapsulate higher energy, hence the physical effect they have on some people who may feel euphoric, headachy or whatever inside a crop circle. To quote the Mayan mythologist Dr. Jose Aguiles, a symbol is a resonant structure, the reverberation of a particular quality of radiant energy that takes form in our senses. As resonant structures, symbols literally create, work with and inform our light body. The light body is the electro-resonant galactic code bank that informs the genetic code bank. It is the stuff of imagination, insight and all true understanding and more. Our light body corresponds to the vibratory infrastructure of the DNA, but it can only be activated through a knowing use of symbols. The light body should not be seen as separate from what we call our physical body. Of the four traditional Reiki symbols, two of them, the communication symbol and the master symbol, are made up of Japanese kanji or word symbols that are mantras. The communication symbol is quite complex, made up of 22 kanji, all of which have quite specific meanings and sounds that form a mantra. The master symbol too is made up of kanji, the verbalizing of which is a very powerful mantra. As with sacred scriptures, there are multi-layers of meaning behind universal symbols, such as those we use in Reiki. The power symbol is made up of a horizontal and vertical line, symbolic of energy being drawn from above to below, similar to the Christian cross, and also an anti-clockwise spiral. The word spiral comes from the Greek word for spirit and is a powerful symbol in itself, used in the rituals of many cultures worldwide. The protection symbol is based on an ancient Sanskrit symbol corresponding to the sacred sound frequency of source energy or God.
Okay, but what if you don't believe in God or source energy or whatever label you wish to ascribe to that omnipresent, present everywhere at the same time, omniscient, all-knowing, loving energy? It's been said that you don't have to believe in God to experience Reiki and to be privy to the benefits of Reiki or even to be attuned to Reiki. Can you talk a little bit more on why this is?
Yes, Paula, this is a really pertinent question, and the answer is yes. Once you're attuned to Reiki, it will flow whether you believe in God or not, because Reiki is not a belief system. It's based on pure life force energy, which is really what so-called God is. God is a high-frequency energy force that exists, whether you believe in it or not. It's pure life force energy that flows through all of us. However, as you progress with your Reiki work and begin to use it, you'll start to experience things beyond the limits of your physical 3D sense of reality. Your mind will begin to open up to deeper understanding and perception of the fact that there is a greater reality out there, beyond what we're able to experience with our limited earthbound senses. In fact, the problem many people on Earth are up against is that the belief systems they hold on to can actually place a ceiling on what they can accept as truth and reality. The way religions tend to portray God as an example, creating this pure energy in the image of an old bearded male human who was credited with human vices such as jealousy, judgment and anger. Reiki assists us to break through this limiting understanding to enable a deeper knowing that what people call God, Allah, etc. is really a super high frequency source energy, a life force energy that flows through all of us, regardless of whether we believe in it or not. Source energy permeates the whole universe and is what we tap into with Reiki. It's not dependent upon any belief system. This is the reason why Reiki works equally well on plants and animals.
Okay, well, another question. You see people advertising Reiki classes online, with some claiming that because Mikao Usui was able to receive the necessary Reiki attunements without the aid of a Reiki master, then anyone could do this. What can you say about that?
Okay, the true roots of Reiki were lost when it was first brought to America from Japan. So what many people don't understand is that Mikao Usui had a lifetime of training and went through many initiations, both as a Tendai Buddhist monk and also as a practitioner of what is known as Shugendo, which is a shamanic type practice that takes many years of hard training to master. Other Buddhist monks and nuns were drawn to Usui's teachings on Reiki because they could see and appreciate what he'd achieved. He'd brought together the mystery teachings of Tendai Buddhism and the hidden teachings of the Shugendo tradition. Why this is exceptional is because it takes between 15 and 20 years to master the Tendai teachings and a further 15 to 20 years to get anywhere near understanding the Shugendo teachings. Wow. What Mikao Usui did was to bring the core of both together and combine them to make them possible to attain for somebody without a whole lifetime of training. Needless to say, he received many traditional initiations over the span of his 30 to 40 years of training. Some of the Shugendo initiations are extremely challenging. The problem is that so much of the core of Reiki was lost when it was brought to the West from Japan. This happened at the time of the Second World War, when relationships between Japan and America were at an all-time low. This is the reason why Hawaii Takata, the Japanese-American woman who introduced Reiki to the West, had to package it in a way that it would be accepted. This is why its Buddhist roots were covered up very carefully, losing a lot of the proper understanding of the energy component. There are also other elements involved which I don't think even too many Reiki people know about. The actual event in which Mikao Usui received his initiation to the Reiki Master symbol after a 21-day fast on Mount Kurama was a classic ET contact experience. Mount Kurama in Japan was the site of the landing of an ET ship in the year 770 AD, witnessed by a monk by the name of Gantai. A temple was erected on the spot, and the monks have created the model of a classic off-planet ship at the site, which is known as the vehicle in which the ET being arrived. I had one of my Reiki students take a photo of this ship some years ago when she visited Japan. To get a better and more complete understanding of Reiki, I recommend the book The Japanese Art of Reiki, written by an Australian couple, Hans and Bronwyn Sten, who travelled to Japan to research the true Reiki story. They even managed to meet and talk to one of Mikao Usui's students, who was still living at the time. Hans and Bronwyn are the founders of the International House of Reiki, which has preserved the original Reiki tradition.
Wow, so much unknown and forgotten background. Thanks must go to Mikao Usui for all his studies and initiations, enabling us to have and use Reiki today. When you appreciate what Reiki really is with all its background, it's easier to assimilate and understand. Just letting our listeners know, in a coming episode, I'll be asking Judy more about the amazing aura cleansing technique that was taught to her and her co-author and friend, Helene Kay, by their great teacher Oris, which is up on our YouTube channel. Judy's latest book, Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, and her other two books, The Zeta Message and Human by Day, Zeta by Night, are available through Amazon and Kindle. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Again, thanks Judy, and we look forward to our next Q&A session. Bye for now.